Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have a Levi X listener. It is 10-2 by Katsuki Cook on AO3. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Go give them likes, kudos, and all of those things. The link will be in the description, and let's go ahead and get into it. And then she turned around and said, "It was my fault! Mine!" you exclaimed, swinging your legs back and forth, perched on your bathroom countertop. You had a thing for being close to him while he did the most normal, domestic things, though he could probably say the same about himself as he went to wash up right after you did. You always go off on a tangent while he listened, giving some quick quips to encourage you to continue. Levi side-eyed you with a mouthful of foamy toothpaste, taking a pause from his scrubbing off to offer you, "I mean, isn't it?" Your eyes trailed up Levi's toned forearm, which was gripping the side of the sink, as his other hand held his toothbrush, some of the toothpaste coating his bottom lip. You were both dressed in your pajamas, an oversized t-shirt for you and a short white sleeve t-shirt that hugged your boyfriend's body, both in matching red plaid bottoms. When you first offered him the bottoms, boasting about how matching would be cute, Levi rolled his eyes, but you never failed to notice how he'd always slide them on after you did. "Hey, you're supposed to be on my side." You knocked your leg against his side lightly as he bent over to spit out the toothpaste. "I spent hours finishing that project. You saw me, and then I accidentally left the memory stick at home. Doesn't mean Petra can get mad at me." You saw a hint of a smile on Levi's face as he washed out his mouth and wiped his face with the running water. Usually, whenever you'd complain to Levi, he knew you just wanted sympathy and understanding over logic, because you mostly know where your faults lie in your issues. So, as a good boyfriend, he'd give you sympathy and understanding, right after he lightly lectures you with logic. He moved to grab his towel that hung on the radiator, patting his face dry. "It is still your fault you forgot it, baby." From your position on the counter, you grabbed his arm, yanking him over to stand between your legs. And that was a massive percentage of your grade. I'd be mad if I was her. Levi effortlessly threw the towel he was holding into the wash basket, then turned to you to rest his hands on your waist. At this position, you sat slightly taller than Levi, the best position for him to reach up to run his nose to your neck, as if he was scenting you before resting his head on your shoulder. You refused to move for a moment, a pout on your lips and your eyebrows set in a frown. Obviously, he was correct, but still. "But the project is great because you both worked hard, so the marks that get knocked off for being late won't make much of a difference, will it?" he questioned gruffly, placing fleeting kisses along your jaw as if to soothe you. You jutted your head out so he could have more access, still not answering. Levi let out a breathy laugh at your childishness, the fresh minty scent filling your nose. "Right, baby," he said between kisses, glancing up at you, his dark eyes slightly filled with the want to sleep and unmistakable love. Yeah, whatever." A dramatic sigh left your lips, not wanting to give in. "You're all spiky. When did you last shave?" Levi stopped his actions on your jaw to look at his face in the mirror behind you, rubbing his chin and feeling the growing hairs beneath his fingertips. He leant slightly in, eyes peering at his reflection to inspect his face. "I think it was last week, or maybe 2. "Do you want me to do it for you?" You beamed, both your hands pressed into the counter beside you, already excited for your new task. Levi crouched down to rummage for his electric trimmer and razors he'd leave in your bathroom cupboard by your swinging feet. "Do you even know how to? How's it any different from shaving my legs?" And believe it or not, I used to shave my face when I was like 14 before I found waxing strips. You grabbed the trimmer from his hands, immediately plugging it into the nearby socket. The rapid whiz of the razor, with a toothy grin on your face, had Levi slightly precarious, raising his eyebrows. "I'm not sure I trust you with that near my face," he muttered, but you were already on the move, snatching a bottle of shaving cream you left on the counter previously. "Come on, let's get started." You sprayed the cream in 2 dollops into your palm, then, rubbing your hands together, you spread your legs open for him to stand back between them. Levi did again, resting his hands on your thighs and shutting his eyes when the cold cream softly covered the bottom half of his face. You moved your fingertips back and forth, over his cheeks to his upper lip, covering as much as you could in an even layer. When a comforting blanket of silence covered you both, it clicked for Levi. "You like looking after me, tending to me," he whispered, eyes still closed as you swiped the last bit of cream under his chin. "What do you mean?" you asked, opting instead to use one of his many black and blue razors, very clearly marketed towards men. It made you want to laugh, like all razors didn't do the same job. Instead, you met your boyfriend's eyes, resting your free hand on his neck to steady his head. "Like setting me baths, giving me massages, washing my hair." He trailed off as you made the first slow swipe of the razor on his cheek. "I'm shaving down, right?" you breathed, your words tickling his lip from your close proximity. Levi let out an airy laugh. "Yes, I shaved down, and about what I said." You pondered on the question, plugging the sink and filling it up a quarter full with lukewarm water, waving the razor to unclog the hairs and foam. You zoned into your movements, making another clean strip on his cheek, next to your last one. "I don't know, I love you and I want you to feel that, and you'd do anything for me." A small tender smile graced your cheeks. "I mean, you'd literally kill to make me happy." Levi suddenly felt grateful for the cream coating his cheeks. So you didn't see the blush beginning to spread. It was true he'd kill for you in a heartbeat. "Well, that's not a lot coming from me," he shrugged, backtracking from your statement. You furrowed your brows, lightly tapping his chin as if a warning. "Don't say that. Everything you do is to protect your loved ones. You're not as heartless as you think." You leant in to move to his upper lip. "If anything, you've got the biggest heart I know." You copied what you were doing before, shaking the buildup in the razor in the sink, and facing your lover again. Levi's eyes followed your movements, a strand of his obsidian hair falling in front of his eyes, and, as if it was reflex, you tucked it behind his ear. At a loss of words, he said the only ones that could come to mind, in a sleepy, infatuated drawl. "I love you." It felt like you both were encased in your own bubble, just you and him, that maybe if you blinked even slower and he focused on the caress of your hand on his neck, he could convince himself you both were the only ones left in the world. You lightly pecked his lips and rubbed your nose across his in an Inuit kiss, careful not to get any cream on your face. "And I you." Levi scoffed as you moved onto his other cheek. "Say it to me properly or not at all." He squeezed your thighs harshly, drawing a giggle out from you. "I love you, Levi," you sang, your cheeks round like baked bread, and your nose all scrunched up. Levi kissed your nose as you whined that he got shaving cream on your face, but all he could think was that he was happy with the choices he had made that led him to you. Finishing up his face, you wrung a clean cloth of hot water over the sink and went to wipe it over his face, clean of all the leftover hairs and cream. You radiated glee, squealing like a baby at your boyfriend's new clean-cut appearance. You cupped his face in your hands, pressing kisses onto both of his cheeks and lastly his lips. "You should let me do this every time." The man rolled his eyes, soaking in your affection. "Pass me a mirror." You passed him your pink handheld mirror beside you, watching as he rubbed his cheeks and pouted his lips left and right to see you got every single hair. "I guess you did do well," he finalized. "Yeah, I did. I didn't even cut you once," you replied confidently, jumping down from the counter, grabbing the mirror from his hands. "True, you didn't." He loved to prolong his praise and thanks to seeing you impatiently rocking from the ball of your foot to your heels. You watched him expectantly with your eyelashes fluttering against your cheeks and your shoulders high, waiting for more from him. Thank you, baby. Levi laughed as you relaxed, grabbing his hand to drag him to bed with you. Wait, I haven't dried my face yet. Alright, so that's the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed. I found it very cute, so music link, fanfic link, Discord link, and thumbnail art link will all be down in the description. Go check them out. This author is pretty cool. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!